Hello Hoopers, it's Shay Rippinger here with Hip to Hoopla, and welcome to the Hoop Love Y'all show, where we talk about health, humor, and hooping. This is number 8 of the hashtag Becoming Awesome series using the laughter technique. What is the laughter technique? It is an acronym using the word laughter to go through the different ways that you can help, be becoming awesome. Anyway, and normally I tease with a little part that we're going to be doing the hooping of the show. And let's see here, and this is actually going to be a little review. It's a combo review of the World Hoop Day dance, and yeah, so we're going to review that, and we're going to review the whole dance. So when you review that combo, you'll pretty much know like half the dance right there. So anyway, all right. So, and Kitty apparently wants to make an appearance because she's taking up my whole chair. So this is Kitty Cree. Yes, ouch. Oh boy, we need our claws clipped, don't we? Yes, we do. Okay. Yeah, that's our funny cat cameo. She's just so entertained to be here. So, all right. Need the chair, sweetie. She's like, no, you don't. I have shared the chair, and she takes up this much of the chair, and I get this much of the chair, just hanging off the edge. Anyway, okay, so we're talking about health, humor, and hooping, and the theme of this show is retain. So this is the R part of the laughter word. So the other parts were learning, awareness, understanding, giggle, my favorite, and help, and then train, and encourage was the last show. And this is the last one, which is to retain and review. So kind of like a slash of both of those. But basically, you know, when you're becoming awesome, you're learning all of these new techniques, and you want to be able to retain these new things that you're learning. So to get them in and to make them part of your regular toolbox, new habits and such. So I have a couple of health tips to be able to help retain. And these are a couple of things that I use that are very helpful. And just two, normally I do things in threes, but anyway, this is two. One is to learn things in short increments. So when you're trying to take in and absorb new information, if you're doing it in shorter increments, that's going to be helpful. So you can do and review, and that's one of the reasons why I've been teaching the World Hoop Day dance in these increments. So if you've been with this 8-part series, we're doing dance combinations, hoop dance combinations. So even if you're not doing this for the World Hoop Day dance, you can just learn the dance combinations, and they're in increments, and then you can put all the increments together. So World Hoop Day, just FYI, in case you haven't been tuning in, this might be your first chance tuning in. World Hoop Day this year is Saturday, October 5th. It's the first Saturday of the month of October, and that's when it happens to be for this particular year's when I'm doing this video. And I did the choreography for the World Hoop Day dance, even wrote the song, the lyrics, and then Billy DeVette put the Circle of Light song together all musically for me. So anyway, that is available on SoundCloud, and we'll be doing that in a little bit. Okay, so back to those two tips to retain information. And one, well, of course, we're just reviewing that first one. Review is part of it, is to take things in short increments. The second one is to, where'd my notes go? Here we go. Note-taking to retain. Here, I demonstrate note-taking to retain. So this is very helpful. What I recommend, here's what I recommend for my class members. So I recommend that people have a hoop notebook. We covered this in the last show about, just having some, place to write down your journey. This could be a journal, but I like calling it a hoop notebook. If you're a hooper, you understand why. But you can write down cool moves that you're working on, things that you've learned, possibly videos, links that you want to, and things that you want to learn in advance. So when I go to a workshop, okay, so I spend good money doing this. Okay, There we go. For some reason, my connection didn't go live on one of my feeds. So anyway, hi to the second feed that wasn't live before. So anyway, welcome to the Hoop Love Y'all show, health, humor, hooping. And we're talking about retain because it's the hashtag becoming awesome series. And we're using the laughter technique. So we're on the R of the laughter word. So the last part, because this is number 8 of 8. And this is episode number 89 of the Hoop Love Y'all show. Woohoo, yay. Okay, so now what I recommend to my students is you grab your hoop notebook, grab your pen, and after classes, you think you go out of there and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to remember this. This is easy. And, I like to break things down into little bits of information, which we just talked about, of helping to retain information, break things down into baby steps and small little increments, and then put those increments together like building blocks, and then you have something bigger to, and so sometimes the process seems so easy, like, oh, remember that? And when you have a really good teacher, there's been workshops that I go to, I'm like, oh, this is a piece of cake, because they taught it so well that I did it so well in the moment. But the thing is, you go home and you don't do anything with it, and then you go, what did I learn? And you don't remember. So either you wasted time, money, or both. And so your energy to be there if you're not retaining this information. So retaining information is very helpful. So what I recommend to my students is you get your hoop notebook out. You go right after you learn this information and you take 5 to 10 minutes. So let's say my class is like an hour long or so. Take 5 minutes, and not more than 10. I mean, I'm not saying you write word for word, but you write right after the highlights. And if you can do this with some of your classmates, even better, because this person might remember this thing. It's like, oh, remember before we did that, we did this thing. And then right after that, we did this thing. And then so everybody's piecing the information together, and you're almost like teaching and reviewing with each other. So you write down those things in a very, very quick format. So 5 to 10 minutes at the most. And so if you just take 5 minutes and then review it right then and there. So if I'm teaching you a combination, like, okay, so let's say we're doing the physical activity of learning a combination. I say, okay, we're going to swoop down and around, and you're going to go up 1, 2, down 3, 4. And so you're remembering how that combination went. And you're like, oh, right side, like you're swooping with it. Swoop. Maybe you write down swoop to the right. And whatever like little triggers that you remember that will help you retain the information. So that's what you're going to write down, and then review the stuff right away. Like, okay, it was down like this, and then up, and then down, and go over it in your mind and spend maybe 5 to 10 minutes doing that. If and when you do this, like when I actually take my own advice on this, I remember so much more. And I don't just get just one move out of a hoop workshop, then I can retain a whole bunch of information. So then that's money really well spent. So if you value your time and your money and the energy that you're expending on the efforts, then go the extra little tiny distance, the extra mile, and it's 5 to 10 minutes, the whole thing. So you can spend 5 minutes writing, 5 minutes reviewing, or even if you just spent a minute, and you would retain more of the information. So anyway, that's those 2 tips: small increments and doing notes right away. Handwritten, if you can't. If you don't, maybe you have an app. I actually have a note-taking, like it has like a little notepad. It's like sticky notes on an app on my phone. I can do that too. So if I'm on the run and I don't have pen and paper or something like that, I can do that. So anyway, use those 2 suggestions as a health tip on that of how to retain information. I'll put a link into, where you can get one of these like cool little hoop journals too. So anyway, alrighty, now on to the humor segment. So I'm going to give you a real quick little laughter yoga exercise. And because we are at number 8 of the 8-part series, and I'm on the 89th show, and I'm very excited about that, we're going to wave our hands in the air like we just don't care. Okay, so what we're going to do, and I suggest that you do this with me, we're just going to do 3 breaths with this. and we're going to do it nice and easy. So you can go up to the left and then over to the right, or over to the right and over to the left, whatever, it doesn't matter. So we're just going to take our arms up in the air. We're taking a nice deep inhale in. Do this with me and take it in, and then exhale it out. Breathe it in over to one side and exhale it out to the other side. Breathe it in and exhale it out. And I think one more time. In and breathe it out. Exhale it out. So we're smiling and laughing the whole time while doing it. It's hard for me to laugh and talk at the same time, but it's possible. You've probably heard me do it if you've ever watched this show before. But anyway, so at the end of laughter yoga exercises, we take our hands together and we do this twice. Do this with me. Ready? And we take it together. We go, very good, yay. And again, very good, yay. All right. So that ends the laughter portion, the laughter yoga exercise. And I'm going to go over, and this is, like I said, we've been doing small increments of the World Hoop Day dance. And last week the last show, we just did the last segment of the World Hoop Day dance. Now, what I'm going to do with you today, it goes in line with the whole theme here. You're going to get the see how this goes full circle. That was a song last year, full circle. Yes, so when I write the lyrics of the song, I'm actually trying to put an effort in to make them hooping songs. Okay, crunch your paper. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to review the chorus part of the dance. Why I'm reviewing the chorus part is if you know this section, you know maybe a third of the dance, okay? So what we're doing is, first of all, I'm going to move my chair out of the way as much as possible so my one camera head doesn't have it in the way. So what we're doing is we've got the hoop in the right hand, and so the chorus is going to come up several times, and you're going to take the hoop and it's going to swoop to the left, up, so the thumb leads, up to the left, down and around. So when this swoops up, it's going to come up, down, behind you, and then around forward. So 1, 2, 3, and so 1, 2, 3, hold 4. So you're holding 4 down below, and the hoop is resting down below and touching. I have a small hoop, so I'm actually holding my hoop up a little bit in the frame just so it can be in the camera. So 3, 4, so it's 3, and hold that 4, and then you're going to slide this up in a ghosting isolation. 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is why we review. So you go up 5, down 6, up 7, down 8. Okay, so reviewing just that little segment there. 1, 2, 3, hold 4, up 5, 6, down 7, down 8. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take the hoop in the right hand, and I actually take it and move it back 1 to give it an extra little rotation. This is actually going to be a palm spin. I'm doing this up in the air, but it's going to be a palm spin like so. Now I'm just putting my hand down here. So in one of my cameras, it's you see my hand at the bottom, and on the other one you don't. But I want you to see that there's palm spin. You're not leaning over for this. You're standing up, but you're doing a big hoop, whatever size hoop you have on the ground. So if you have a small hoop, like if I actually touch the ground, I actually will be leaning over a little bit to reach this little hoop. I'm using a small hoop because I'm in a smaller space. So use whatever size hoop you like to use, because there is a little bit of waist hooping. So if you use a really small hoop, you might have a hard time keeping it up on the waist. So I didn't make any effort there, and I didn't turn with it, but so it went down. But anyway, all right. So you're going to be doing that palm spin on the ground. 1, 2, and then so you're stepping through, step right through, 3, step left through, 4, and then you're bringing the hoop up 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to be doing flippy fold to the right, right. You're doing 3 of those, and then stepping in, and then coming out and in, and then around. And I'm actually going to do this in reverse so you can see what this looks like from the back. So one of my German friends, Udema, who she was a lovely person from the Fab Over 40 Hoop community. I did this, the World Hoop Day Dance, as a September challenge in our group, and so that everybody could learn it. And I did it in live increments, or in small increments, and also with live trainings as well, so that people could watch each section with a really thorough breakdown. And she said, hey, do you mind if there's a bunch of German hoopers. Do you mind if I do this do a German translation so that the people in Germany can understand the language of the breakdown of the dance? I said, yes, that's great. Thank you so much for your help. So she did. And then I realized, first of all, she did a really great thing, which I've done in the past for these and other things, is giving you a breakdown of in the reverse, and so that you can see boop, 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 and around and around. So that's what it looks like in reverse. But what I realize is when I'm facing the camera, sometimes it's hard to follow the voice and get the direction right because you want to mirror. So if I say right hand and I'm doing this, you might go, well, if I'm mirroring you, it'll be left hand doing that, mirroring you. So I understand the confusion there. So I'm going to do this in a reverse real quick so that you see this. Okay, so taking the hoop in our right hand and we're taking the thumb facing to the left. We're going down, up, and around and down. So this first one is going in front, around to the back, and then back down to the front. And then hold 3, 4, hold 3, 4, 4 actually. So 1, 2, 3. So bring it down on 3, hold 4, bring it up 5, down 6, up 7, down 8. Then that palm spin down on the ground, 1, 2, 3. That 1, 2, step right through, 3, step left through, 4, bring this up, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a full 4 count. 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 counts for that. And then we're going to take this, flipping this over to the right. So the left is going to bring this over. We're holding with the right, and then you're regripping with the left and flipping this around. That's 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is 5, 6, stepping in with the left hand, left foot, and bringing the left hand all the way up. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to bring the hoop up. So with the right hand, we're going to do a reverse escalator, but we're holding it. So it's a grip hold. There we go. Now I'm back in the one of the cameras. Around. So it's coming up the body nice and slow, but this is actually going quick. And then 3, 4. And then you're going to regrip with the right to start a two-handed isolation. So we're in two hands here, like so. But what we're going to be doing is taking the right hand, there we go, right hand, switching it over and bringing it down and around twice. Okay, so let's do that one more time. I'll do it one more time facing this direction, and then I'll do it facing forward with the music. Okay, so we're going to take it 1, 2, 3, hold 4, up 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, whatever you do, just make sure your whole group knows it. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, did I do that again? Okay. See, this is what happens when I review. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry about that. So you bring this up 5, 6, down 7, 8. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to find one of the choruses here and just do just that part. We shall review this with the music. All right, let's see if we can find it. That's not it. Where's that? Okay. 1, 2, 3, hold 4, up 5, 6, down 7, down 8. So palm spin, step, step, bring it up, 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 up. Take it around and around one more time, down and up, and bring it up and hold and around and around. Okay, so I'm going to show you from the very beginning. We're going to do one whole run through of the whole thing. So if you know the chorus comes up several times, at least 3. I've been doing so many different trainings of this, my mind is melting into mush from doing this. Okay, so go this way with that. All right, let's see here. I'm going to move the chair so I can go be in the camera a little bit this way because I forgot to angle the camera right. Okay, so we're starting out with those little 8 counts with the legs. Ready? Here we go. Oops. Let me turn the volume up here. Hopefully that's not too loud. Wiggle the legs. 7, 8. Head circle around. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lean 5, 6 to the right. 7 and 8. 1 and 2. Hold 3, hold 4. 5, 6 down. 7 down. 8. Palm spin. Step right, step left. Up, up, up. That's really loud. Up, around. Flippy fold 1. Flippy fold 2. Flippy fold 3. Step together and arm up. Bring it up and hold. 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Round. Place on the shoulders. Undulate it down and hold. Switch that right grip. Up, down, up. Ladder down, 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 down. Pancake over. Hold. Place on the shoulder. Nice and pop out to the left. And round 1, 2. And up. Oh, that was good. Low. Wave, wave, pendulum, pendulum. Then we go around and then up, up. And then we repeat that chorus. 1, 2, down, 3, down, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Palms spin on the ground. Step right, step left through the hoop. Up, up, up. Take it around. Flippy fold 1, flippy fold 2, flippy fold 3. Down and around and up. And out. Circle, circle. And then we're going to take a wrap section. This is all a free flow section. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit because it's really loud. Okay, there's 4 sections of 8 counts. You're doing your own thing or you're doing your group choreography. Okay, now we're coming out of this, getting ready. We're going to do that chorus one more time that we just reviewed. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, down, 3, hold, 4, up, 5, 6, down, 7, down, 8. Palm spin, step right, step left through the hoop, up, up, up. And a flippy fold 1, flippy fold 2, flippy fold 3, down and up, around, and out, and in, and in. Then the last part, step back, step forward, step back, step forward. Now take it right, flip it over, left, flip it over, right, flip it over. Make sure you point your toes on that. And down to the right, up to the left, down to the right, up to the left, down, 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 down. That is it. That is the whole World Hoop Day dance we just reviewed. So you hopefully will retain the information a little bit better. And I will. The link is posted in the video notes for the whole World Hoop Day dance with the choreography notes. The 1-minute hoop tutorials are going up. They should be all up at some point here, and pretty quick. Working on all of them. It's a little extra training that you can do. And yeah, so thank you so much for joining me here. Rock on, peace out. World Hoop Day is Saturday, October 5th this year. And so make sure you post in the World Hoop Day group on Facebook your event, and follow also on the World Hoop Day dance group on Facebook. So thanks so much for watching. Rock on, peace out. Bye.
Should be leaving right now.